This is Joshua Hart here, 4 seconds out. Delighted to be joined by Frank Warren here in London. Frank, first of all, I've got to thank you for the lovely food today. It's definitely expanded my taste buds as a man who came in not really liking seafood. I have to say I've left a bit of a fan today. It's very nice, isn't it?
It's a pleasure, Josh.
But yeah, going into, I guess, everything. Start off with Usyk versus Dubois. It's not too far away now, and I think a real sense of excitement is starting to build. Especially with Daniel Dubois, we've seen the run that he has been on. What needs to change in order to get the victory this time?
I don't think anything needs to change. I think he needs to do what he's been doing in these last 3 fights, and even the fight he did against Usyk when he was on top and doing what he was doing. This is a real moment in time for him. He's matured mentally as well as physically over the last couple of years, and he's in a good place. But he's fighting a guy who obviously fancies the job. He's Olympic gold medalist. He's a unified cruiserweight champion and unified heavyweight champion, and considered by a lot of people to be the best heavyweight of the 21st century. So that's where he's at. But he's in the UK. 83,000 tickets have been sold up to as yet. It's history to be made in the fact it's the first time that the heavyweight 4 belts for the heavyweight title have been on the line, and he can create history by winning that. Absolutely. Winning those belts, I should say.
An interesting bit of news from the Usyk camp is the split with Alex Krasuk. Just wondering here, have you had any conversation with Alex since the news?
I haven't spoken to Alex, but look, it is what it is, and as I said when we started out, Oleksandr Usyk is a very, very experienced warrior. Comes from a country that's been devastated by war. Imagine the pressure for that. He's a road warrior, and this is something I think that won't trouble him. I don't mean it being disrespectful to Alex. I just think that's what it is.
Obviously, Alex has been a well-respected member of the boxing community for such a long time.
Yeah.
Would you be open to working with him in the future if an opportunity presents itself?
Well, I'm going to be very blunt. I hope my guy wins, but yeah, of course we would be.
Of course, absolutely. Sticking in the heavyweight division, Moses Itauma, what a brilliant step up you've got for him in Riyadh on August 16th against Dillian Whyte. Obviously, Dillian was set to appear in Ipswich, and then just a few days after the news that he wouldn't be fighting in Ipswich, we get this fight. Was that the plan the whole time? Is that why?
Well, it came about, and it sort of happened very quickly. So, you know, I'm delighted for both of them because it's a great opportunity. They're both getting well paid, but it's a tough fight, and it's a crossroad fight for both of them. We've got the 20-year-old new kid on the block, 12-0, in with somebody who's a consummate professional as far as the level that he's fought at, and the fighters he's fought, and the fights he's given them. Whether he's won or lost them, they've always been competitive. He's a tough guy. Can he old man the young kid? Can he take him into later rounds or lesser rounds? We will see. All those things there to be seen. But whatever way you want to look at it, it's a bloody intriguing and a quality fight.
A win for Moses, also, I know he's already very highly ranked in the WBO, but a win would really solidify him in the fans' views as well as a world level fighter now. If he is to beat Dillian Whyte, how likely is it we could see him challenge for a world title by the end of 2025?
If he does that, then he'll be pretty much there. I mean, he's rated number one by the WBO. That's one of the reasons that Dillian's taken the fight, because he wants to replace him there. So he sees that as a shortcut to get him a world title fight. So, you know, it can be a blessing and a curse for him. But whatever happens, he comes through it. If he comes through it, he will be in a position very quickly to challenge for a world title.
And it seems a very Queensberry heavy card. One fight that I think a lot of fans have took interest in, Filip Hrgović versus David Adeleye, especially with, on the same day, I believe, the board saying that the rematch between Adeleye and TKV was set, done, ready to go at the back
It was.
of August.
I won the purse bids for it, but this is a massive opportunity, and you can't knock it.
And if, let's say, Adeleye isn't successful, he can still drop down. I'm sure that TKV rematch
still there for him. He's not defending his title, is he? This is an international match. It's a tough fight, and I take my hat off to David for stepping up to the plate. He really, really wanted to be tested, and this for him is a massive test.
Absolutely. Just looking around the boxing world, I guess you could say, Mauricio Sulaiman, the WBC president, has said that if Tyson Fury ever wants to return to boxing, he'll be reinstated as the #1 contender. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that's great that they would do that for him. You know, he's been a great servant for boxing. He's been a brilliant champion, and been in he's been in the biggest fights of the 21st century. Great heavyweight fights, massive heavyweight fights, entertaining heavyweight fights. You know, he's Tyson Fury. I mean, a couple of decisions were quite, for me, were quite debatable.
Obviously, before, when Dubois first won the world title, you were asked about would you make Dubois versus Fury, and views have been stated that it's a fight that you wouldn't really want to make.
I don't really want to see it happen, but, you know, let's see what happens. I mean, listen, Tyson's got a lot on his plate at the moment. He's got his Netflix series, Home of the Furies 2. He's got his documentary on Netflix, so he's busy at the moment.
But let's say he was to return, Dubois is to beat Usyk.
If he did, we'll
really
look at it and let's consider where we are. But first of all, Daniel's got to come through the 19th.
Absolutely. Deontay Wilder returned at the weekend as well.
Yeah.
What did you make of his performance? It was heavily criticised online.
He's been critical, but he did he does what he does. He's a big puncher, and he ain't got through it. He's been out of the ring. I think he needed a win. It is what it is, and we'll see what happens next time around.
Do you have interest in a fight between Wilder and Joshua?
That's up to them if they want to do that fight.
Fair enough. Hamza Sheeraz as well. He's back next week in a really good fight against Edgar Balanga. Do you feel there's more pressure on Hamza going into this one? Off the back of the Adames fight, do you feel there really is a sense of expectation?
I don't. I think it's the other way around. I think the pressure's on Balanga because it's a guy coming up, never fought at that weight before in Hamza, coming off of a fortunate draw, struggled to make the weight, hand injury, but he's, you know, we believe in him, and this is a tough fight. He's going in the other guy's backyard, but we believe in him, and he believes in himself, and he's not asked to test the waters fighting, you know, seeing how he is at that weight. He's gone straight in in the deep end.
And a win for Hamza would team up nicely for the winner, I guess you could say, of Canelo.
I hope so. That's what the dice rolling's all about.
One thing on Canelo Crawford. Crawford's only had one fight a year since 2019. How big of an impact do you think that could have on his performance on the night?
It's two ways to look at that. One is there's no miles on the clock. So we'll see. His last fight, I can't remember his name, where he fought the Eastern European. That was a tough fight for him. We'll see. We will see. He's a smart guy. He knows what he's doing, and he's in. And you know, the pair of them, they're at the latter stages of their career, and we're going to find out on the night who's still got it and who hasn't.
Just quickly back on Wilder, I want you to put the matchmaker's hat on here. If you had to put Wilder in with one heavyweight from your stable, who would it be and why?
Well, if he puts him in one fight from our stable, somebody I want to beat him.
But which fighter do you give the strongest chance of beating Wilder?
I'll tell you what would be a really exciting fight would be him and Fabio. Two bangers.
Especially what we saw from Fabio in Ipswich.
Yeah.
I like it. Eubank Jr versus Ben 2 is now official. What are your thoughts on the fight being agreed for the rematch with the exact same weight terms as the first fight?
Well, they agreed that. They haven't just agreed that. That was agreed before the first fight.
Do you not think with Eubank getting the win, there should maybe be a possibility that he could possibly say, you know, and especially looking at the impact
contract. They sign contracts. Contract is what you sign for. That's what he signed up for, and that's what it is. And then moving forward, they've announced the fight, so it's on. And he's obviously Eubank's team must feel that he can cope with that, cope with the weight. We'll find out. And obviously, the Boxing Board of Control will keep an eye on it.
Obviously, he also has been ordered to appear in front of the board for that sauna usage as well. Do you expect any action to be taken?
Yeah, I'm sure they will do.
Fair enough. Who do you see winning the rematch this time round between Ben and Eubank?
You know, look, the size told the difference last time round, and he, you know, told the distance. Even though Eubank looked drained at the end, and I think the fight will follow a similar pattern.
I saw on, I believe it was IFL socials, that you said you wanted to possibly do a show in autumn in Germany. Obviously, Ajit Kabayel headlining.
We're going to do that in Germany in the autumn.
Who could we see headlining against?
We're working on it. Obviously, we've got lots of heavyweights that we can look at to make a good match, and that's what we're going to do. And
just last few from me here, we saw the return of Jake Paul at the weekend after the Mike Tyson fight. Just speaking to Gareth A. Davies, said it didn't feel as big this time round. Do you kind of see it the same way when there wasn't anyone?
It's not Mike Tyson, is it? Come on, Mike Tyson's a big name. What does he? It don't take a genius to know that, and that's what it was. Mike Tyson brought notoriety, his record as a fighter to that bout, but Jake Paul did what he had to do.
Just sticking on that Mike Tyson team, in an interview with The Sun, Tommy Fury said that he'd be willing to get in the ring with Mike Tyson.
I'm sure he would.
What are your views on that? Especially,
I didn't like the thought of Mike Tyson fighting Jake Paul, let alone anybody else.
So Mike Tyson just stay away from the ring now.
That's his life, it's his decision, it's his health. For me, what does he need to do it for? He's got plenty of money. What does he need to do that for? At his age, it's nuts.
Absolutely. Just last one. Jake also he proceeded to call out Anthony Joshua, Gervonta Davis, and Tommy Fury in the same sentence. I don't think that's three names you'd expect to be here to be called out.
Well, they're all different weights, so that's interesting. But whatever it is, he wants to fight. He wants to fight the names, and that's where he's at.
Do you not think it may be, if let's say one of them, let's say AJ or Gervonta,
then it's on.
Do you actually expect Jake Paul? Do you actually think he'd get in the ring with them?
Well, that's what he's called them out for. I'm sure if somebody comes back and they work a deal out, and I don't think it'd be very difficult to work a deal out because people will buy into those fights. He's got a niche in the sport. He's a good promoter, and they're doing good business in what they're doing. And each time he's stepping up a little bit.
Do you expect to see him fight for? Obviously, the WBC and WBA had said that they would rank him if he's.
Well, he's just beat. He's winning. He's a winning fighter.
Fair enough. Well, Frank, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate the food today as well.
It's a pleasure.
Hopefully speaking soon.
God bless. Cheers, sir.
Thank you very much, Frank.